Personality development is something that has long intrigued scientists, psychologists, and individuals alike. People often ask themselves if it's possible to change who they are, if they can evolve beyond the traits they were born with. Whether it's overcoming a shy disposition, becoming more extroverted, or even developing the ability to be more open-minded, the desire to transform one's personality is something that many strive for. But can we actually change our personality? Or are we simply stuck with the traits that define us? The question of whether we can truly change our personality is a complex one. Our personality is the collection of behaviors, thoughts, and emotional patterns that shape how we interact with the world around us. It's what makes us unique and can often feel like an unchangeable part of us. However, psychological research suggests that personality isn't necessarily fixed. While some elements are deeply ingrained, there is ample evidence that with the right interventions, behaviors, and efforts, significant changes can be made. To understand this, it's important to first look at what personality is. One of the most widely accepted models of personality is the 5-factor model, which breaks personality down into 5 broad dimensions: openness to experience, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. These traits form a framework that helps scientists and psychologists categorize human behavior, but within these categories, there's room for growth and evolution. Openness to experience refers to how willing a person is to embrace new ideas, activities, and change. Conscientiousness is about how organized, responsible, and goal-driven someone is. Extroversion is the extent to which a person is social, energetic, and outgoing. Agreeableness relates to how cooperative and empathetic someone is, while neuroticism describes the level of emotional stability, or lack thereof, a person has. Research has shown that these traits, while relatively stable over time, can and do change. For example, individuals who score high in neuroticism tend to have higher levels of anxiety and emotional reactivity. However, with intentional efforts such as therapy, mindfulness practice, or developing better coping strategies, many individuals report a reduction in these emotional tendencies over time. Similarly, extroversion can increase when a person deliberately steps outside their comfort zone and seeks social interactions, or when someone makes a conscious effort to be more outgoing. The first factor to consider when exploring the possibility of changing one's personality is life experiences. Our environments play a significant role in shaping who we are. A person who grew up in a supportive, encouraging family might develop traits such as high conscientiousness and agreeableness. On the other hand, someone who experienced childhood trauma or abuse may struggle with neuroticism or have difficulty trusting others. However, life events don't just have to be negative to spur personality changes. Positive experiences can also influence our traits. For example, a transformative experience, such as living abroad or embarking on a new career, might push a person to become more open-minded and adaptable, altering their levels of openness to experience. What's fascinating is that personality changes don't just occur passively. Our intentional actions and behaviors also have a profound impact. For example, a person who might be naturally introverted may not need to become extroverted to lead a fulfilling life, but they can intentionally push themselves to engage in more social interactions to stretch their comfort zone. This intentional behavior can, over time, lead to changes in how we perceive and experience social situations, slowly shifting our personality in the direction we desire. Intentional effort can also be linked to something known as neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. Neuroplasticity shows that the brain is not a static organ. It's dynamic and capable of rewiring itself. This flexibility means that we can learn new ways of thinking, feeling, and behaving. If we consistently engage in actions that encourage change, for example, practicing self-reflection, developing new habits, or even changing our environment, the brain can adapt. Over time, these behaviors become more ingrained, and the personality shifts to reflect the changes that have taken place. Therapy, particularly cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, has shown to be particularly effective in helping people reshape their personality traits. CBT targets dysfunctional thought patterns and encourages individuals to replace negative thoughts with healthier, more productive ones. For example, someone with high levels of neuroticism might be taught to recognize and challenge irrational worries, leading to a greater sense of emotional stability. Over time, the individual might find themselves reacting less impulsively or feeling more at ease in emotionally charged situations. Mindfulness practices and meditation are other tools that have been shown to promote personality growth. These practices help individuals become more self-aware, allowing them to observe their thoughts and emotions without being controlled by them. Mindfulness can help lower levels of neuroticism and anxiety and increase openness to experience by helping people become more accepting of the present moment. By becoming more in tune with their internal states, people can make more conscious decisions, leading to intentional changes in their personality. In addition to therapy and mindfulness, another avenue for personality development is developing new skills or taking on new challenges. Studies have shown that people can increase their levels of conscientiousness by developing a new habit or committing to a long-term goal. Similarly, learning new things, such as picking up a new language or starting a new hobby, can increase a person's openness to experience. By consistently practicing new skills, people not only develop these traits but can actually enhance their overall cognitive functioning, which in turn influences their personality development. Interestingly, research has also found that personality change can occur during midlife. It was once believed that personality was set in stone by early adulthood, but recent studies have shown that significant personality changes can take place as individuals reach their 40s or 50s. This can happen as a result of shifts in life priorities, changes in relationships, or increased self-awareness. Some people become more agreeable and emotionally stable as they age, for example, while others become more open to new experiences and less neurotic. This suggests that while our personalities may not be entirely malleable, there is potential for change even in adulthood. While these examples and scientific findings offer promising evidence that personality can change, it's important to recognize that personality transformation often takes time. People can't expect to radically alter their fundamental traits overnight. It's a slow and intentional process that requires consistency, patience, and effort. Changing deeply ingrained habits and thought patterns is not something that happens instantly. It requires a sustained commitment to self-improvement. Moreover, there are limits to how much a person can change. While it's possible to become more extroverted, for example, it's unlikely that someone will completely shift from being a naturally introverted person to a fully outgoing one. However, it's entirely possible to reduce the degree of introversion and engage in behaviors that push boundaries in a way that feels comfortable. Similarly, a person who is highly neurotic may never become entirely emotionally stable, but through therapy and self-awareness, they can manage their emotional responses and live a more balanced life. In conclusion, the idea that we are stuck with our personalities is a myth. While our core traits might be relatively stable, The science of personality development shows that change is not only possible, but also achievable. Life experiences, intentional efforts, therapy, mindfulness, and even the brain's remarkable ability to adapt all contribute to the potential for personality transformation. Whether it's overcoming anxiety, becoming more open to new experiences, or developing healthier habits, personality change is within reach for those who are willing to invest the time and energy into reshaping their behaviors and thought patterns. Personality may not be completely malleable, but it is far from fixed, and with effort and dedication, we can each become a better version of ourselves. This is Psychology World, where we explore the science behind human behavior, change, and growth.